Hi, welcome back to the Home Podcast. My name's Amanda. I'm a coach and a trance channel, and the Home Podcast is a collaboration between myself and my higher self, where we explore the relationship between human and soul inside of this earth life experience, offering you new perspectives and ideas about yourself and the world around you that can only be received through the unique perspective and interpretation of my higher self. And this week's episode is a little bit different, but an experience that I think you're really going to enjoy. Over the course of the past couple of years, I have set an intention for what I wanted to create, what I wanted to manifest at the end of one year and the beginning of the next. And I found that my conscious, logical human mind was always limiting what was actually possible for me. And I started asking my higher self to show me what was truly possible for me if I fully believed in my ability to create it. And the things that I was shown inside of that process blew me away. And it really opened my eyes to how much I really limit what's possible for me and what potential is truly available for me if I'm brave enough to believe in me enough to create it. And so, what you're going to experience inside of this episode today is going to be a guided meditation where your higher self is going to be brought forward and they're going to take you first back in time over the course of this past year so that you can witness everything that you experienced, all of the ups and the downs, the successes and the failures, in order to come to terms with why you had to experience those things and what you can take forward from them into this next year. And then your higher self is going to invite you forward into this next year and offering you an opportunity to fully witness the breadth of your potential inside of it if you choose to believe in you enough to create it. I've brought my higher self forward. She's here with me right now. And this is going to be a guided meditation that I'm going to be channeling from her through me in the moment specifically for you. So, this is a podcast recording that's going to require your full attention today. So, come back to it when you're ready to really sink into this experience. At this time, take a moment and grab a pen or pencil or something that you can use to write down anything that you want to remember from this experience to revisit at a later date. And when you're ready, find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Someplace private where you won't be disturbed, where you can really sink into this experience today. And when you're ready, close your eyes and get comfortable. And take a big deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. And slowly exhale. Very nice. We're going to do that again. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and hold it at the top. And slowly exhale. And one more time, take a big deep breath in through your nose and hold it at the top. And slowly exhale. And just allow your breathing to come back to normal. And now we're going to make sure that you are very relaxed inside of this experience. And we're going to start right at the top of your head. And I just want you to notice any tension in your forehead or your scalp. And just slowly allow the muscles in your face to relax. Releasing your jaw, letting your tongue rest on the lower side of your mouth, allowing your eyelids to relax, noticing if you're holding any tension in your neck or your shoulders and allowing them to slowly droop down, letting your shoulders droop down away from your ears, and allowing your arms to rest by your sides, fully supported by the surface beneath you, allowing any tension in your fingers to slowly release. And now allowing any tension that you're noticing in your chest, just fully releasing that. Breathing deeply, feeling the weight of the chair or the floor beneath you fully supporting your torso, allowing your body weight to sink deeply into it. And now moving down to your stomach, unclenching your gut and allowing your belly to fill with air. And slowly relax. And now moving down to your hips, unclenching any tension there, fully allowing your hips to sink down to the surface beneath it, as well as your thighs, allowing your thighs to become heavy and relaxed, and your legs to sink deeply into the chair or the floor beneath you, and uncurling your toes and allowing your feet to relax as well, and just observing how heavy your body feels in this moment, and how enjoyable it can be to just release all of the tension that you've been carrying from your day, and maybe also that you've been carrying over the course of this past year, and witnessing it as you're allowing it to be let go from beneath you, letting all of that energy come up out of the crown of your head and releasing it from this experience altogether. Because what this experience holds for you is hope. Hope for what this new year brings, and your ability to see where this past year might have felt hopeless from time to time. But maybe there's a way that you can come to terms with why, and some missed opportunities that you can redefine for yourself moving forward. Gaining clarity and perspective and gratitude for how hard you worked regardless. I just want you to acknowledge what you're offering to yourself in this moment. It's the gift of peace. In this moment, you are setting aside time and space to reflect on who you are and who you've become and who you desire to be moving forward. And there's nothing that can be accomplished inside of this world without reflection and intention first. Because everything that you desire, both to feel inside of you and to create through you, must come from the perspective and the idea that it evokes within you. And you are about to create the possibility to bring through you all of that and more. And in doing so, creating a connection to the divine creator that lives within you, and that's looking to be both addressed as well as guiding this experience today. And I just want you to lie here or sit here, breathing deeply, and set an intention for this experience today. Something that you're hoping to receive, something that you'd like to witness, or some questions that you've had that you would love to have answers for. And allow that intention to take shape inside of your mind and witness how much love is required within you to come to terms with what it is that you really want. Giving yourself permission to want something and allowing the universe to respond in turn. This is brave work, and it is work that you are taking the time to do for you. And as you release this intention into the world, I want you to feel so much gratitude for your ability to do something that seems so simple, but that so many people inside of this world don't take the time to do, because it requires bravery to do it, the courage to admit what it is that you really want, and the perseverance to move towards it. As you lie here enjoying this moment, I want you to visualize a golden bubble of protective light forming slowly around you, starting at the top of your head, several inches above your crown, and slowly coming down all the way around you, and until it envelops you entirely within it. This golden bubble of protective light surrounding you creates a sacred space for this experience today. It is an energetic space where you are so safe and so supported, and everything that you welcome inside of this experience today is happening for you and through you and by you. And it is only here to deliver messages of the highest frequency, messages of the highest love, light, truth, and compassion, and all done with your best intentions first. The space inside of this golden bubble of protective light feels warm and peaceful, and you can't help but feel loved inside of it. It is the same feeling that a part of you remembers inside of the womb space from which you were birthed inside of this world, being held inside of an energy of creation itself, here to support you through whatever it is that you're hoping to experience inside of this lifetime. And there's something incredibly magical about knowing that it's all happening just for you. And as you lie here or sit here, really taking in the peace and the solitude of this moment, I want you to think about how special it is that you're even here, that your soul chose this body and this life with a very specific intention for it. It wanted to experience you. You're the reason why you're even here. The very existence of you was so intentional that your soul said, "This is exactly what I'm looking for." That you are not here by mistake, and that over the course of your life, everything that you've believed to be not having gone your way, perhaps things that you feel like you never lived up to, or aspects of who you are that you deem to be less than perfect, your soul wanted all of that and more. Everything that you are, everything that you've been, everything that you've felt and experienced, it was all so that your soul could experience them through you. And sometimes the experiences that you've endured have felt extremely challenging. And that too, on some level, was desired. And perhaps today you'll be able to find out why. But for just this moment, I want you to take in the gravity of the very meaning of your existence. It was all done with purpose, and the purpose is you. Experiencing you and the life that you've created through you. And I just want you to open your heart in this moment. For just a moment to how special that is. That there was something about your uniqueness that your soul craved. And it was nothing other than your energy, your essence, the nature of you. Perhaps there is something about you that was worth experiencing. And what if that experience is everything that you wanted and more? And I want you to allow that idea for just a moment to wash over you. The idea that who you are is enough and is all that was ever desired in the first place. And there's nothing that you have to do. There's nothing that you have to become. There's nothing that you have to earn. There is simply who you are in this very moment that was ever all that was desired. And I want you to allow your heart to open to you in gratitude. In gratitude for having volunteered to come here to experience you, to experience the very nature of you, and everything that you've been forced to endure in the process. Because it hasn't always been easy. And you haven't always wanted to keep going. But you did. And you're here now too. And there's so much love for you in having done so. Because if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be who you are today. You're the reason for being. You're the meaning that you've given to this life. And all you have to do is recognize that that is magnificent. that you are magnificent, that you've defied all expectations of you, and all that's needed right now is gratitude for your willingness to be. And as you experience the gratitude for just being here, for enduring this reality, I want you to feel that gratitude expanding through your chest, witnessing any part of you that's not yet willing to fully let that in, and just allowing that part of you to be here too. Because the nature of your desire to be better and to do better is part of what was desired to experience through you. And you, just as you are perfect. To your soul, you are all that was desired. And allowing that gratitude and that small part of you that wants to feel gratitude for you to spread. Spreading out from your heart space, permeating your entire body, feeling your heartbeat thumping in your chest. This beautiful connection between soul self and human self, all represented inside of the very beat of your heart. Because with every beat of your heart, you're reminded of this experience that you signed up for. An experience that you desired because it's not one that you can get anywhere else. And there will never be another experience like this anywhere else, because the experience of you is unique. You will never be you ever again, and there will never be anyone like you ever again. And so in this very moment, you are experiencing a miracle, the miracle of your existence, and the miracle of your ability to offer gratitude within it. And with every beat of your heart, this gratitude expands and ripples out of you, moving down through your torso, down through your legs, cooling at the base of your feet, and then slowly expanding down through the soles of your feet, through the floor, through every single layer of the earth, down and down and down, all the way to the center of Mother Gaia, where your energy wraps itself around the core of the earth, claiming your space here and feeling the beautiful grounded energy that radiates back up to your heart. And in this moment, you are connected both to you and to her, and to all that exists beyond the both of you two. With your energy connected to Mother Gaia and her energy coming back up to your heart, in this moment, you share a heartbeat. And with every beat of your heart, you feel her essence beating through you, alive with all of her energy, and the knowing that in this moment, everything is perfect. And she is fully supporting you in all of your desires now and always. And in this moment, feel gratitude for the earth that supports you. Because even if you can't fully embrace you, you know that she's doing it too. She is here for you, always. And anytime you're feeling lost and alone, you know that she's here, her heart beating alongside yours. And her energy will be here anytime you want to draw upon it. Anytime you're feeling like you need a sense of grounded direction. And now I want you to bring your attention back to this sacred space. This beautiful golden bubble of protective light around you, enveloping you inside of it. You are fully grounded inside of your sense of self. You're connected both to you and to Mother Gaia below and the universe beyond. And at this time, there is one more energy that wants to join you inside of this space. And they cannot wait to experience this with you. At this time, you invite forward your higher self to join you inside of this sacred space. And you feel their energy enter this space with you. And it's the most magnificent energy that you've ever felt, because it feels like you accept it is unconditional love. The energy radiating from them right now is greater than any love that you've ever felt, because you know inside of their presence that there's nothing that you can say or do that would ever cause disappointment. They love you so wholly and so unconditionally that you know inside of their presence you are safe. And everything that they desire to show you today is happening for you and through you, and because they know deep down it's what serves you. As they're here with you inside of this sacred space, they extend a hand to you, giving you the choice to allow them to guide you. Because ultimately, this is a choice. You don't have to follow them. You get to make your own choices inside of this lifetime. But if you would like their guidance, and you would like their assistance, then at this time take their hand, and in doing so, you give them the opportunity to show you what's available for you, if you should choose it to. And as you take their hand, you feel this electricity running through them and into you. And it fills you with excitement and anticipation for what comes. And they smile down at you with a knowing smile, knowing what's in store for you, and knowing that you're going to receive everything that you want and more. And they slowly start to guide you forward towards this incredible white light that looks like it's far away in the distance. And as you move towards it, it starts to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And as it grows, you feel its warmth radiating towards you. There's something incredibly familiar about it, and you can't quite put your finger on it. But as you move towards it, you begin to recognize why. Because your higher self is leading you towards a memory that you recognize. She's guiding you towards a memory of what was. Experiences over the course of this past year begin to make themselves known to you as you slowly step into the light. Memories from this past year float in front of you as you witness yourself moving through them like a movie in time, watching the ups and the downs, the successes and the failures, the surprises and the letdowns, and everything in between. All of the things that you didn't anticipate going well, and all of the things that you were really wanting that didn't pan out. The people that you experienced this past year with, and the ones that you didn't get to. And one by one, you watch these memories float by. And there's something that your higher self wants you to know about this past year. There is something about this past year that perhaps you're holding on to that you might be ready to finally release. And I want you to tune in to what that might be. Maybe it's a regret for something that you didn't do or didn't say. Maybe it's a failure that you wish you had done differently or that had gone a different way. Maybe it's a conversation that you didn't anticipate or one that you wish hadn't taken place at all. I want you to allow the thought of whatever that is surface within you and notice what sensations or emotions it elicits. Is there sadness there? Is there frustration? Is there envy? Is there regret? Is there a desire to do better next time? Or is there a desire to walk away completely? Whatever it is about this past year that stands out to you is something that you wish were different. I want you to allow that particular memory or representation of that thought come to life around you now. And I want you to watch this past self of you having experienced whatever this belief system is, a belief system that this should have been different or could have gone differently, or would be better had it never happened at all. Witness it transpire in front of you now. Maybe it's just a conversation with one individual. Maybe it's something you did or didn't do. Or maybe it's just a thought that's been permeating within you, now being represented through the images in front of you. And I want you to witness yourself laying out this experience from this past year. And all of the doubt and the shame and the sadness that you've experienced because of it. And in this moment, your higher self turns to you as the movie in front of you comes to a stop and fades away. There's something extremely important inside of having experienced this within you that your higher self wants you to understand because you are ready to let it go. The version of you that you're desiring to step into moving forward doesn't need to hold on to it. There's something it desires to offer you, but there's also something that's desired to be felt inside of you, and that's peace. Peace inside of what was, so that you can feel peace inside of what will be. And the sense of peace can only be accessed in the release of whatever it is that you've been gripping onto all this time. At this time, I want you to give your higher self an opportunity to say whatever it is that they want you to know about why you had to experience that thing and what it is that they want you to know about that. And feel free to write down whatever it is that you receive and take as long as you need. You can pause this recording and come back to it when you're ready. And now you have some additional questions that you'd like to ask your higher self about this very experience or any other experiences that you've had over this past year that you're ready to learn from and let go of. Take your time and ask any questions that you have for them and write down anything that they desire for you to know in response. Feel free to pause this recording and come back to it when you're ready. There are a few other questions that you have prepared that you're going to ask your higher self now. And feel free to write down anything that they share with you in response. Question number 1. What is it that I meant to learn from the mistakes I made this past year? Feel free to write down the response now. Question number 2. Where is there room for me to grow in ways I don't anticipate or expect? Feel free to write down their response to this question now. Question number 3. What is one thing I see as a failure that I can see as a gift, and why? Feel free to write down their response to this question now. What is one thing you were there for me with where I felt alone? And how can I see you there alongside me in the future? Feel free to write down their answer to this question now. Now that you've taken the time to ask them everything that's on your mind, and they've relayed to you all of the wisdom from this past year that they desire to share with you, but everything that you've experienced and more, it's time to put all of these mixed emotions to rest by showing gratitude to who you've become as a byproduct for what you've experienced. Because who you are would be different if you hadn't been forced to endure what you had to experience to get here. And who you are is exactly who you desired to be. Remember, your soul chose you, and there's a reason for that too. And even though the human part of you doesn't necessarily believe that who you are is good enough, the person that you're desiring to step into might feel differently. Because to them, they see you as whole already. And it is through the love and gratitude that they have for all that you had to go through before, they get to take with them and move forward in new ways. And perhaps everything that you're wanting to experience, embody, and become cannot or could not have happened had you not had to experience whatever it was that you're holding on to from the past. And perhaps it is this gift that this past year is giving you. The gift of the experiences within it. And perhaps if you can redefine how you see you, you can see that it was all that was needed and more. And the version of you that feels sad, that feels frustrated, and that feels alone had to feel those things in order to understand how to embrace something new. Because if peace and fulfillment and excitement within you is what's desired next, learning how to embody that, embrace that, create with that, and become that is only accessed inside of learning how to shift what was there first. At this time, I want you to say goodbye to the version of you that endured this past year and all that they wished to accomplish within it. And give so much gratitude to them for all of the hard work and all of the dedication that they put in to becoming you. Because you wouldn't exist here today without them. You would be a different version of you. Perhaps there's a part of you that feels that this version of you would be better. But maybe that's not 100% true. And maybe this version of you is what's needed in order to accomplish what comes next. Because this version of you, to your soul, is exactly what's needed and what's desired most. And everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've fought for has made you into this version of you. And it was only because of this past year that you were able to become it. And in this moment, I want you to take out a pair of scissors from your pocket as you see a giant string leading out from your heart center that attaches into the memories from this past year. And I want you to slowly cut the cord, tying you to this past version of you. And with gratitude and love for what that version of you did for you, you slowly cut that connection, severing it completely, and watching as it slowly dissipates into white light. And now you take your scissors and you put them back in your pocket, and you look up at your higher self smiling down at you. And there's an excitement that fills the room as they slowly guide you away from 2024 and towards a new year ahead. Off in a different direction, your higher self begins to move, and you begin to see a white light in the distance once more. And once again, your higher self begins to guide you towards it. And as you move towards it, it grows and grows. And anticipation fills you for what you're going to see on the other side of it. And right before you step into the light, your higher self stops and turns to you. They want you to know that whatever it is that you're about to experience can only be accomplished if you give yourself permission to believe in you. Because it is only through believing in you that you can become the version of you that's capable of creating it. And the version of you that's capable of creating it is the version of you that's willing to try. And as long as you know that the choice is yours, that you choose your reality of you can determine for yourself if this reality is not meant for you at all. And in making that choice, you get to determine what to experience instead. And if you desire to witness the full potential of who you are, that is what your higher self is inviting you to experience now. And with determination, you step into the light in front of you, and slowly a scene begins to materialize in front of you. And you once more watch a movie taking place in front of you. Scenes and experiences materialize around you, and you witness potential and possibility inside of this year ahead. You witness the people coming into your life and leaving. You witness opportunities presenting themselves to you. And you feel emotions and sensations that come and go as you do. And there is one particular image that stands out to you. And you watch as this image slowly grows in front of you. Because this is exactly what you've been wanting most. There's something inside of you that's been calling to you. A relationship, an opportunity, or a deep-seated knowing that this is what you wanted most. And as it slowly takes form and clarity in front of you, you have the opportunity to come to terms with the possibility that it could be true. That this is exactly what's available for you if you're willing to believe in you. And at this moment, your higher self turns to you and gives you an opportunity to question the validity of what you're seeing. And I want you to take this moment and ask them any questions about what it is that you're seeing or hearing or feeling, and give them every opportunity to answer you. Take as long as you need, pause this recording, write down everything that you want to remember, and come back to it when you're ready. Here are some additional questions to ask your higher self in this moment. Feel free to write down anything that they say in response, and pause this recording and come back to it when you're ready. Where is this next year taking me that could be beneficial in ways I don't realize? Allow them to answer this question now. Where is there opportunity where I only see obstacles? Allow them to answer this question now. What is something that I can benefit from where I've shied away in the past? And how can I lean in where I've previously avoided it? Allow them to answer this question now. How can I trust in this vision where I've previously doubted? And how can I trust in me where I've previously doubted? Allow them to answer this question now. Where does my biggest growth potential lie this next year? And how do I step into that version of me now? Allow them to answer this question now. Now that you've had an opportunity to visualize what this next year can bring you, answer all of the questions that you've had lingering inside of your heart, and given your higher self an opportunity to hold space for you to move through them, I want you to recognize what this moment is offering you. It's offering you an opportunity to step into the fullest version of you. You would not be shown visions of what can be if you weren't ready to receive them. You are never given glimpses into your potential if that potential didn't exist within you first. And it is up to you to choose how you're willing to be in this moment in time and every second that follows it. Are you willing to let go of fear and to let go of doubt and embrace the creator that lives within you? Are you ready to trust in your inner knowing and the deep longing that calls to you and step into the version of you that lies on the other side of it? All the while knowing that regardless of how the details play out, who you become as a byproduct of having gone through it is ultimately what's desired most. Because what's desired most is the experience of you. You and nothing more. At this time, you slowly watch as the scene around you begins to dissipate, and you find yourself back inside of your sacred space with your higher self. And before they leave you, they want to give you something. They hand you a small box, and this box represents trust. Trust in you, trust in them, and trust in the universe around you. Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. It's learning how to trust in the inner voice that calls to you from within, recognizing the doubt that surfaces as you do, and choosing you anyway. Everything inside of this reality is choice, and it's up to you to choose the version of you that you desire to embody. And doubt may always be there on some level, but the version of you that learns how to trust and believe in you recognizes that the doubt that's there is not a problem. Because the version of you that believes in you had to learn how to allow doubt to dissipate in time. And you're being given an opportunity to become that version of you now. And maybe that's the gift that this next year brings, is recognizing the potential that awaits you, feeling the doubt that surfaces there, and learning how to choose you regardless. And the version of you that you become as you do so will be that much more grateful in the end. Your higher self slowly begins to dissipate into the beautiful golden light that exists around you. And you watch as the light that they once embodied starts to move towards you and slowly dissipates into your heart space, because your higher self exists inside of you. and you can call upon them any time you desire to. And slowly you watch as this golden bubble of protective light around you begins to dissipate as well, leaving you back inside of your space with all of the love and gratitude that you've accumulated for this past year and the version of you that worked through it, and the potential and possibility that lies in front of you, and the version of you that you're going to step into on the other side of it. Take as long as you need to come back to your center, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for enjoying this experience with me today. It was such a pleasure to guide you through it. Have a great rest of your year. Happy New Year. And thank you for your time, energy, and connection with me inside of this experience. If the messages here resonate with you, and if you're ready to begin witnessing, embracing, and embodying your light and accessing the divine creator within, come join my community Home. Inside of Home, you'll have access to live events, a library of meditations and somatic exercises, and an incredible community of open-hearted and like-minded people. And if you're at all unsure, it's completely free to join. So you can take all the time you need to explore what's in there, watch recordings from past events, and get a feel for what's truly available for you when you give yourself permission to come home to you. Head to the show notes to find the link to join us.